Welcome back to Marketing Talks with Ivan. I am your host, Ivan, and welcome back to my podcast. Today, my guest is someone very special to me, and we met at ESCP. Savina. Savina, maybe you can say hi to all the viewers out there.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Ivan, for having me.
It was my greatest pleasure to have you on this podcast, Savina. So, Savina is someone who I know from the days that we were at ESCP. And so, today we'll be diving from a very different perspective of marketing in terms of the sports and influencer side of it. So let's give a bit of background for Savina. Like, where did she start? Where did the whole journey begin? So she actually started her journey with her bachelor's in accounting and finance. But then she realized that accounting and finance, though it was seen as the most safest career and so on, she felt like, it's not maybe something that she really liked and she wanted to pursue forward. But then she decided to follow her passion. Her passion was marketing, and she always, and trust me one thing, I've been studying with her in the class as well, and she's the most perfect person when it comes to giving a presentation, when it comes to giving strategies, and all of these different kinds of aspects as well. And that's how she wanted to know that she really wanted to pursue this career. And at the same time, simultaneously, sometimes I used to think also, Savina, as well, that how you used to handle both sides of this. One side is the masters and one side working in an agency as well, so kudos to you on doing that as well. After moving over to the agency side of things, she decided that, you know what? I want to do something of my own. I want to be closer to my family back in Cyprus after the full master degree was over. And fast forward, you know what exactly happened? She is the founder of Eat Her Dust. It's a movement, a social presence, and a community that empowers women, and mainly it's into extreme sports. So she wanted to give women a platform that empowers them. So extreme sports is not just for men, it's for all women everywhere. That was her main objective. She is the first Greek and Cyprus woman to compete in the Mountain of Hell, one of the world's most dangerous downhill races. So let's dive into her journey. Savina, are you ready? Let's go for this.
Yes, let's go. You did such an amazing presentation about me. Oh my God, I did all this. I'm like, wow. And by the way, you are the one who was always perfect in the presentations, and everyone was admiring you because you were like that since day one in our master's degree. That's amazing. You have a talent in presenting, like really.
Thank you so much, Savina. Thank you so
Thank you as
much.
well.
So, Savina, let's start with your journey from the
Let's
very,
start.
very
Yes.
beginning. Very beginning of time. Let's go back in time. So,
Mhm.
what made you get this idea? And in the very first place, let's start from the very beginning. Where did it all
Mhm.
start? Like,
So I came back to Cyprus after my master's degree, as you said, and because I was always into sports and I love nature, I got into mountain bike even more. So I used to practice and practice and practice mountain bike, and then I was like, why don't I create a social media account and actually post my adventures in the mountains and actually encourage more and more women into these sports. So since it's mountain bike is such a man dominated sport in Cyprus, especially, I thought of creating this social media account and community that will empower more women and motivate more women to try mountain bike. So that's about It's Her Dust. And it was never like about just me. It was from the beginning, the vision was bigger. It was about creating a space and an energy that represented women collectively, let's say.
and my question as from the very beginning, why the name Eat Her Dust? Like, what does it actually mean? It has a, like
So,
a ring to the ear.
yeah, I think it's actually an international phrase, but you use that a lot if you want to say that, like, let's go, you're gonna eat my dust, keep pushing harder. And the phrase, it felt very powerful and cheeky at the same time, but it's empowering. also at the same time. And it's not just it my dust like Savina's on her bike. It's about every woman who pushes her limits, who dares to show up in sports, in adventure, in action sports, in life in general. So yeah, I use that phrase a lot.
And for all the viewers watching, I've seen Savina's journey from the very start when she started the whole page Eat Her Dust. And it is really inspiring of how she has come a very long way. Like I've seen the content from the very beginning. And you know what? To be honest, even the podcast that I'm doing today, I was inspired by Savina as well.
Oh, thank
Like,
you so much.
I was inspired by her. I was like, you know what? She has really good way of speaking on camera. I said, you know what? And I even told him a couple of months back, Savina, I want to do something as well. So actually, you are an inspiration to me as well. Why I started also getting into content creation. So really kudos on that. And you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much. You're also doing an amazing job, and you're also very inspiring. You are such a hard worker, and that's the most important thing I think in life.
Yes, hardworking is very important. And that's what I learned from you as well. You need to believe in yourself. No matter
Hmm.
wherever you go, believing in yourself is important. And that's what I learned in different kinds of situations. Now, let's get back on
Let's
the
go.
main question. See, I've seen all of your content, but one question always remains for me. All of the content is in Greek, not English. So
Yeah.
many a times I have to go and check in the captions and know what does it actually mean. But I'm doing that extra task to actually understand. But that's a very bold choice. Why did you
Hmm.
go along that route, would you say?
So, focusing on Greek, it was a strategic decision, to be honest, because I really wanted to capture all the audience in Cyprus and Greece. And I didn't really want to do something international because it was very hard for me to train the algorithm to push me outside Cyprus and Greece at the beginning. And because I always wanted to empower and build a community here in Cyprus, it wouldn't be able, I wouldn't be able to do it with just English reels or very, not very personal with not very well crafted scripts. So yeah, Greek was intentional, and the engagement, I believe, is even higher because I'm speaking my native language and I'm gathering and building a bigger audience here in my country and Greece, of course.
A very interesting strategy that you spoke about, and that's what actually makes your content really stand out because it's in the exact language. Sometimes even for me, like, it's amazing how you even thought about that. You could have gone with the very first aspect of it, make in English, and then you know how it goes from there.
Mhm. I think English would have been easier, or even reels that I'm not actually speaking on camera, like more the kind of shots with the mountains and mountain biking, but not actually giving a well crafted script and give something to your audience in terms of education or value, let's say. So that's why I chose Eat Here Dust content to be strategically educational, sometimes fun, sometimes like a good combo, a good mix, let's say.
See, so Savina, I've seen your Instagram account over a couple of months. I've studied your content and so on. Your content is very different. Like you have different kinds of variations when I talk about it in terms of your professional content, where you talk about educating people about mountain biking and so on. And then you
Hmm.
talk even about your lifestyle in a very casual way. And then also how you collaborate through different kinds of sponsorship. And also you show like the more adrenaline kind of way how you deal with mountain bikes, which is very awesome. And the way the whole content is shot, like kudos on the person who is even helping you out on this. He is doing an amazing job in the
Hmm.
cinematography department.
That's actually my partner, Andreas. He's into filming, so it really helps a lot with the shots out in the nature. And of course, sometimes we use professional equipment to shoot them. So, yeah, we try to do a blending, a mixing of more raw content, but at the same time also post some more professional content. So we're trying to do a combo. It's a mix, let's say.
Nice, nice. And I can see that in the content as well. It's pretty impressive. He can
Hmm.
easily become the
Thank
next
you.
Christopher Nolan. He can become
I'll
everything is
say
like
that to him.
everything is practical shots. No CGI, nothing, all practical shots. We need to
Yeah,
get the
true.
perfect shot. So
Uh,
all the viewers want to know what is your actual thought process behind it. Like, do you have a storyboard for every idea, or like do you go with the flow? Like, do you improvise as you record content or shoot reels and so on?
hmm So that's a really good question, actually. Um, Honestly, now after 1 year of running this account, it's a mix. Some concepts are definitely have a clear vision from the beginning. So I'll storyboard or at least outline the flow, especially if I want to land a strong message. But a lot of the magic, let's say, happens when I just grab the bike and grabbing the camera and the day leads on me. The best shots are usually the ones that I didn't plan. So at the beginning, when I was more new into this content creation industry, uh, mostly everything was planned ahead and scripted, well scripted. So as months pass by, I try to do a more natural content, because users notice when something is um, too scripted. So I'm trying to do a mix.
During this whole process, what are the three takeaways that you can give? Like, what you have learned from this whole process over the past couple of months that you could give viewers actually?
It's very important to have a clear vision of what you want your users, your followers, your audience to get from that reel. Is it gonna be educational? What's the value they're gonna get when they're watching your reel? Or is it gonna be just fun? So uh, in my opinion, in the beginning, it really helps to plan ahead and not just opening up the camera and try speaking and doing and speaking and it being something very um, not professional. So yeah, it really helps to be organized.
That's an amazing way to put it, actually, Savina. And now let's get to the more technical part of it. Okay.
Mhm.
So I know there is the lighting, the audio, the B roll. How much do those details actually matter during the whole production of this?
To be honest, it I would say lighting, audio, and B-roll, they matter a lot more than people think and understand. So it's those little things that make content feel more cinematic and more professional. But I try not to overthink about that every time. I try to incorporate these in specific reels. I don't want every reel that I post to be cinematic and super professional. Sometimes I'd rather capture something raw and authentic than miss the moment because the lighting wasn't perfect, let's say. So it's good to use a balance. I try to have high quality in terms of screen and especially when I do brand collaborations, I have in mind that I want to have a high quality production.
Now, the main part of this podcast, you know what exactly I'm going to get into now is the mountain of hell.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the
crazy.
biggest. That's one of the biggest thing I've seen it, and I want you to speak more about it as well. And this is exactly what we're going to dive into now for all the viewers. So now we need to talk about one of the biggest thing that you've been a part of, the mountain of hell. So what actually made you decide that you wanted to take part in this race in the very first place? What was your thought process? Like, I saw this on Insta and I was like, Wow, this is some intense stuff.
Yeah, it's
And I
scary.
and I saw you, and not just scary. I've seen you getting bruised so many
Yeah,
times.
I
It's
still
like,
have everything. I don't know if you see.
yeah.
I'm used to it now. There's no way back.
So tell us
And
more about the whole journey.
yeah, um, it's even scarier if you actually live it. If you actually feel it. Anyway, so Mountain of Hell had always felt like this impossible challenge, the kind of race you watch on YouTube and say, "Whoa, not me." Like 3 years ago, when I was watching the race on YouTube, I was like, "Wow." I mean, how do actually people race there? And that's actually why I wanted to do it. I wanted to prove myself and maybe to other women watching that uh, we can do it. And if we work hard, there is nothing that can stop us from achieving what we want to in life. So, yeah.
And what was your state of mind when you were going through that race? Like, how did you think? What was the first thought that actually came to your mind when you were on the track?
Well, on the start line,
Yeah.
uh, ah, oh my God, it was too too hectic. Everything was so overwhelming for me, to be honest. I was in 3,600 meters. The oxygen was not a lot. So I was trying not to panic and stay calm. But um, of course, I had so much fear and nerves, but also this very crazy excitement and adrenaline that you're just thinking that I'm gonna do it. And I kept thinking that this is it. All of the hours of training I did back home, all of the falls, all the doubts, they brought me right here. So once I started, instinct just took over. So I had some falls, but no chance those falls were gonna let me not finish the race. So I wanted to finish the unfinished, the race.
Wow, that was nicely put. Actually, very smooth, Savina. That was nicely put. And the viewers are actually curious to know how many hours did you actually practice? On hours is an understatement. How many months?
At least four with intense training form. But I was practicing mountain bike the past 3 years on a daily basis.
So, Sabina, you are the first woman from Cyprus and Greece to compete in this race. How did this actually change for you in terms of your visibility and your overall brand awareness? How did it change the whole spectrum for you?
That's a really good question, actually, because this race shifted everything for me. And suddenly people were paying attention, and not just me, but the idea that a woman from Cyprus went to this race, and Cypriots were very proud, and they still see me outside on supermarkets, cafes, or somewhere, and they're like, "You made us proud, and you did such an amazing job," and that really makes me very happy and proud, of course. Um, but of course, yeah, my visibility grew, and it opened many doors and for conversations with brands and media that probably wouldn't have noticed me otherwise.
And when you finished this race, I want that genuine reaction. How did you feel? Like, was it a relief, or was it like something else? Which I do not know. What was your
It
state
was a
at mind
huge
at?
relief. It was a huge relief because I was alive, nothing really serious in terms of injuries, and my bike was well after this race. So it went very good. Of course, I had some crashes and in practice there, but in actual race, but it didn't stop me from finishing and winning in my category.
your bike to you, like now since you brought up your bike and all, your bike to you means everything in the world, right? Like it's like
We have a really intimate connection, let's say.
like you maintain it. I think you, like from the way I see you handling the bike, you like maintain it. I never knew it, okay, until I saw all the reels and all of this. I was like, this like you really love your bike to an extent. Like I've never to be honest, I use bike for normal things
It gives me
like
so much excitement and adrenaline and nice feelings. Of course I love it. And it takes me to so many beautiful places in Cyprus and outside Cyprus. So it's such a beautiful sport.
understood. And I have seen the lot of customizations you have done to your bike as well. It's it
Hmm.
equivalent. Sometimes I feel it's equivalent to a car at the way you have customized the bike.
Yeah, you could phrase it that way, yeah.
Now I know you have reached the peak at that moment after the mountain
Hmm.
of hell and so on. So how did you keep that same momentum going at the same
Hmm.
pace? Because there's always a peak, and then you have to keep at the same stability going forward. How did you
You
maintain
you
that?
try to, because Mountain of Hell, it's such a big momentum, as you said, and that's the tricky part. Like you said, a peak moment is very beautiful, but it can't be the only chapter. So for me, it's about building a bigger story and future projects and adventures, and keep inspiring other women and keep pushing boundaries. So now I recently organized the first women mountain bike event, mountain bike weekend in Cyprus in our mountains. And we did a full 2 day adventure into the mountains with mountain biking, lots of rides, and lots of extreme sports and activities. So I try to build this community and bring more women into the sport. And I don't want to just be the girl who won that race. So I want to show that after the win, the what matters is the growth, the community, the new challenges. Yeah.
So, Savina, I've seen your journey over a couple of months. So, when your first reel went viral, how did you feel? Like, were you like, yes, I made this work? Was it like an internal sense of achievement that you had in it, or was it something else? Maybe I'm not giving you justice in terms of the reaction you had. So, how did you actually feel?
So you post something and you expect that your usual circle will see it, and suddenly it's thousands of people. It felt surreal, you of course exciting, and also a bit scary, I would say, because you realize that okay, now people are watching, and
Hmm.
they see what you're posting, and your followers like increased a lot rapidly. So yeah.
And maybe you can give the viewers how many followers?
So totally on social media to 20K, 20,000. But I mean, this doesn't really sound like a big number, to be honest, for in Europe. But Cyprus is such a small island, and 20K are a lot in Cyprus.
Understood, understood. See, like I know the account. When did you start? So even getting to that number is an impressive number for me as well. Like I've seen like how much of see hard work always pays off, Savina. We have always spoke about this, even not on the podcast, but always hard work pays off. And you're seeing that how
Hmm.
your time, your sweat and tears has put you have put into this account has really paid off. You have
Finally.
given yeah, it has paid off. And I told you this couple of months back that this believe in yourself, this will take off. This will take off.
You
So
just need
really,
to never stop uh,
yep.
trying and working on it and not giving up. I mean, you need time, you need lots of investment.
And I've noticed one of the thing that you always have a different collaborations with brands and influencers. How do you make it feel more authentic to you
Mhm.
when you have these collaborations?
Yeah. So authenticity is very important. Is everything, I would say, because if I don't genuinely use a product, or if it doesn't fit my lifestyle, it shows immediately. So I'm not gonna collaborate with a brand that or a product that really doesn't really represent me or my lifestyle. So I chose always to do collaborations based on alignment, and alignment first, to see if it makes sense with who I am, with how I live my day. And then the audience reach is secondary.
Understood. And the thing is, I know filming and all of this on the camera, sometimes I like, for me, when I first time filmed myself on camera, I was very nervous. Like, I was very nervous because I'm judging myself. I'm the first point of contact judging myself. And like, you know
Mhm.
what? Okay, next thing, you have done already 50 takes. So how did you build your confidence on camera? I want to share that light as well.
Well, there's no magic, nothing magic tip. It's just practice. This is the reality. It's one word, practice. That's it. At the beginning, it was very hard for me. I was also doing like 50 different takes, but now it's getting better and better and better. Just like mountain biking, I'm getting better day by day because of practicing.
And you come up with very interesting hooks. Like, what is your thought process when you come up with these hooks? Because you've been very specific about these hooks in your videos as well. Maybe you can give the viewers like, it's not easy to come up with hooks. So how do you actually
Mhm.
think about, what's your thought process like?
What would grab my attention? I'm always thinking that, and I'm trying to make a hook, to come up with a hook that's short, and people will want to stay there to hear the whole phrase. That the first 3 4 seconds are very important.
I know, Savina, over the months, your family has been a very crucial part of your journey. So how does that feel for you deep down?
To be honest, it wouldn't have been possible without my family and my partner supporting me. They've been next to me since day one, from driving me to races and practicing to cheer me up. So knowing that they're next to me through every challenge, it felt really good. And the mountains didn't just change where I live, they changed how I live. And I think they also brought me even closer to the people I love.
That response was perfect. So now this comes to the end of a podcast. Thank you so much, Savina, on coming for this podcast today. It really means a lot. And to be honest, you were always on my mind to have you on this podcast because, trust me, your
Thank you so much.
journey has been remarkable. Like, from the start to the finish, it's a perfect cherry on top. Like always, as I say in the presentation, it's a cherry on top. Like, a lot of sweat, passion, tears, all of those words I can say, but your journey is amazing. And I've learned a lot from your journey. Like, you never give up. You never give up. Even at the times when we worked on assignments at our university, like, you were always calm. Like, Ivan, I used to be the one who's always stressed. Okay, like, Savina, we need to finish this. Like,
Actually, yes, I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Ivan, you need to relax. You need to calm down. And next thing is finished. It is finished. And you know exactly how to control the situation. Like, I know you have a lot of stress also at times and all,
Hmm.
how to live up to the expectations, but you have always done it in such a way, and you handle things with grace. That's not the first time I'm saying. Anyone would say that. Anyone watching this podcast can easily say this. Even once they meet you in person, they're like, yes, this person is genuine, really nice person, and she has full of energy. And what keeps this account really live and running is your energy on this account.
I'm trying a lot, and I think the most important thing is just to show up. Like every day, show up. And every day is gonna be a bit better. You're gonna achieve something. Small wins will bring you this growth that you are aiming for, because it's not gonna come overnight. You just need patience, but discipline is very important, because motivation might drift away, and you might not be motivated a day, or yeah, but discipline has to be there.
And the main idea of creating this whole podcast is for exactly people like you to share your journeys, to share a very personal perspective of how you've made things work. Because sometimes we only see the outside, but we don't see on the inside of
Hmm.
many things. So that is the whole reason why I've created this podcast, is to give that very insightful aspect into people's achievements. And what would you give an advice to all the viewers watching this podcast? What they can take away after watching this whole podcast from you?
I think it's what I said before, like earlier, that you have something in your mind, you have an idea of who you want to become. So, and you want to do something that makes you feel alive in life so that you're happy. But discipline is so important for achieving what you want. So, everyone says work hard and you're gonna achieve everything, but it's not easy. You just need discipline.
That's an amazing thing. Actually, to be honest, I took away more from that line itself. For me, that's very personal. It's very personal. And thank you so much, Savina, for joining us today on this podcast. You've been an amazing guest, and I was really glad to have you on this podcast. Like a really amazing journey, and a lot I've learned on this podcast. Like more of this was like a personal learning journey for me as well, this whole podcast.
Thank you so much, Ivan, for having me. Like, really, it means a lot. And I enjoyed our conversation so much. And of course, thank you for giving me this space today to discuss my journey. And hopefully, this will inspire other people as well. And yeah, I will always cherish our friendship, and I will always admire you because you're such a hardworking person, and you were always the person that you were showing up in every assignment. Like, I could actually um collaborate with you in everything, because I knew that you're gonna be there until the last deadline.
That really means a lot, Savina. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. And to all the viewers watching this podcast, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next podcast.